Hello, and thank you so much for joining us here at Life Essence. Today we have for you 15 animals that ask humans for help, and 15 times humans obliged. A fire breaks out in a home in Fresno, California. Firefighters on the scene puts out the fire, but also finds an unconscious kitten on the floor. Firefighters quickly bring the kitten out of the house filled with toxic gases and places an oxygen mask on her. The mask made for a human is too big and covers her entire head, but the firefighter holds it close so that crucial oxygen is delivered to her frail body. With the help of oxygen and fresh water poured on her body, the little kitten regains consciousness. Fishermen in Maine sometimes find birds that are blown into the sea by strong winds. These birds find themselves too far away from the shore to go back, so they usually end up landing on boats. However, this poor bird couldn't find a boat in time and was found drowning. So this generous fisherman picked him up and took him inside to be dried and fed. After some fresh water and crackers, the bird soon recovers and starts playing on this man's head and fingers. When the fisherman is finished with the day's work, the boat heads back home, and the fisherman releases him back to Mother Nature. An injured dog hesitates in front of a vet clinic in Brazil, then cautiously limps in. The vet soon notices the dog and is momentarily confused by his presence. But she quickly realizes the dog might be hurt and is asking for help. When she approached the dog, he quickly showed her his paw, which had a nail embedded in it. The vet took the dog inside and treated the wound. She also diagnosed the dog with TVT, a form of tumor commonly found in street dogs, and treated it accordingly. This dog was most likely born on the streets and never visited a vet before, but somehow, he knew that's where he needed to go to get help. A raven perches on someone's fence and starts squawking for over an hour, as if to call attention to his presence. When the owner of the house went to investigate, she was surprised to find that the raven had several porcupine quills stuck in him, 3 in the side of his face and 1 in his wing. Ravens are one of the smartest birds in the world, so his presence there was not a coincidence. He knew that humans would help if only he asked. When the final quill is removed, he squawks his gratitude and leaves a happy customer. A mama dog is found frantically whimpering and biting at stones near some rubble. It was the site of a house that had recently collapsed due to heavy rain. Neighbors noticed the dog had recently gave birth and suspected her pups were trapped under the rubble. When rescue workers arrived, they weren't sure where to start, but Mama Dog showed them using her paws and helped them dig. Soon they heard the pups cry out, and workers were able to rescue all the pups safely. You can see Mama Dog's joy at being reunited with her pups. A couple of urban explorers head out to an abandoned water park out in San Diego. It had been closed for almost a decade, and not a single living soul could be found. So they were surprised when 2 dogs came out of nowhere and started acting all chummy. It was a bit odd, but it seemed like they wanted the humans to follow them. So they did, and were astonished to find a drowning dog nearby. One of the guys rushed in and pulled the dog out of the water. These dogs were most likely pets at one time, and knew that humans would help if they asked. Thanks to these guys and friends that knew to ask for help, a dog was saved from drowning. A man goes underwater diving to admire the beauty of the ocean when he notices a sea turtle swim straight toward him. When the turtle got close, he looked straight into the diver's eyes and then turned around to show the diver his back, where a shell had attached itself. The diver understood what the turtle wanted and removed the shell. Sea turtles can feel their backs, and this one was clearly annoyed by it. The turtle was probably looking for a way to remove it when he found a human diver nearby. Thanks to some quick thinking on his part, he was able to remove the shell with ease. 2 rescue workers come across 2 seal pups inadvertently tied together with a ball of discarded fishing line. Bound together like this, they would not be able to hunt or swim, and they would have died within a week. So these rescue workers capture and hold down the seals in order to help them. The pups perhaps figured out what was happening because they remained surprisingly calm while the 2 men cut the fishing line from their necks. After being freed, they run off into the ocean separately, probably the first time in days. A group of men in Old Town, Florida hears the sound of struggle and investigates. A sinkhole had formed and an unsuspecting deer had fallen into it. Sinkholes can form abruptly and without any warning, so anyone or anything can fall into one unknowingly. The problem is that these sinkholes usually have steep walls that crumble when any weight is put onto it, and the deer simply could not escape without help. So these men put themselves in danger by getting close to the sinkhole, which could get bigger and deeper without any warning, and pull the deer to safety. A grateful deer runs off into the forest. A man is minding his own business when he finds a flock of magpies, all with their heads stuck in between the panels of a fence. Magpies are generally known to be very smart, so it's hard to imagine what possessed these magpies to all land themselves into such an awkward position. Whatever the reason, it's obvious they have no idea how to get themselves out of their current predicament. So the Good Samaritan happily helps out by carefully pushing the birds up until their heads are freed. A family was out in a boat admiring nearby whales when they find a small seal being pursued by orcas. Just when they suspected the worst, the seal surprised the family by jumping onto the boat. The orcas swim close by, waiting patiently for their chance. The seal knew he needed human help and looks at them with his big puppy eyes, as if he were begging for his life. The family gives the seal safe passage, and the seal lives to see another day. A stray cat meows in front of someone's doorsteps, as if to ask for help. He was limping and his rear left leg was injured. The owner of the house took the cat to the nearest vet, who diagnosed the wound as a bite from another cat. However, X-rays revealed a fracture in the left front leg, which was the actual cause of the limping. With some treatment and some good old licking, he was back on his feet in no time. Graciously, the house owner adopted the cat, and he now lives happily in the garden. Off the coast of Kona, Hawaii, a group of divers and snorkelers get together to observe the manta rays as they feed on plankton at night. All was going as planned when a bottlenose dolphin suddenly approached them. These experienced divers knew this was unusual behavior and focused their attention on the dolphin. It was then that they found a hook and fishing line stuck between the dolphin's mouth and the left pectoral fin. The divers suddenly realized why the dolphin was there and started to remove the hook and line. The dolphin waited patiently for the diver to finish the job, and when he was finally freed, thanked the divers by displaying a few moves and swam back home. A deer is found in the middle of an icy pond out in Wisconsin, shivering in the cold. No one knew how he got there, but he couldn't get out because every time he tried to stand up, he would fall back down again because of the slippery ice. So a local man risks his life to save the deer by walking out into the middle of the pond and pushing the deer across the ice to safety. When he gets to the edge, he stands up and sprints into the woods, apparently unharmed from the ordeal. A family is resting and drinking some water on the sidewalk when a crow approaches them out of nowhere. The crow starts pecking at the cap of the water bottle, and the family is confused by the crow's actions. But the crow persists and they end up pouring some water into the bottle cap, and are amazed that a sip of water was exactly what it wanted. Crows are in fact one of the smartest animals in the world. They are known to use twigs as tools to get food, so asking a group of humans to give it some water is just another day in the park. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more Life Essence.